Hi, my name is Gabriel from the soloentrepreneurs.com, and I'm going to show you how I helped three small businesses. One was a brewing company, a really small business. They were making this amazing beer, a shoe manufacturer, custom shoes manufacturer, and an electric guitar maker here in Tennessee. I'm going to show you how I helped them to reduce money leaks. They started showing me that by the end of the month they were not being very profitable. They were having difficulties paying bills by the end of the month, and by the end of the year there was not much money to do anything. It was like they worked a lot during the year, and at the end there was little to show for. So I'm gonna show you very common but overlooked money leaks. So let's start. Okay, so we have a very simple case here, and this is, let's say we're gonna manufacture a table, right, or a chair, whatever. It's just a furniture, very generic. As you can see, we have wood, fabric, nails, screws, glue, and varnish. Very boring, but stay with me because the final result is very dramatic. So let's say we're actually building something in this range, and this is how most of the small businesses have shown me how they calculate their costs, right? Understanding that you already calculated this by the unit, you spend $100 in wood, per table, the same for the fabric, nails, etc. So let's say that our price for this product is $218, which is 30% more than our costs, right? Not a bad profit. We're making $50 per unit of profit, and by the end of the month, if we sell 10 units, we get $500 of profit for a small business that we're starting. Not bad. We can buy a new machine, pay somebody to come help us from time to time, not regular of course, a couple of days, but not bad. But this is how they calculate. This is how many small businesses have shown me this. Now, the surprise comes when they can make money at the end of the month, and this is what I go through with them. Now we have the same costs, right, for those items, but we have added shipping and taxes for each of these supplies. Because let's say you get screws for somewhere locally, and sometimes you don't pay taxes, you don't pay shipping, but on certain things you're paying shipping that can be 20% of that cost, and taxes, which is in the case of Tennessee 9.25. So right there, the wood that was costing just $100 in reality is $129, right? And if we do this for just a few things, in this case I have shipping and taxes for just the wood and the fabric, and taxes again for just the varnish, and I have let some of them without any extra cost, which is actually not extra, it's part of what it is. But look now, our materials costs went from 168 for that unit, let's say a table, to a little over $100. So if we sell the same 10 units, look what happens. We went from making a little over $500 to just $127.57 just by adding shipping and taxes. And I call them money leaks because a lot of the small businesses I've worked with, they just do the math up to here, and in reality they're making quite less money. So we have another money leak, and this one is very simple and very common, believe it or not. We have the same thing, right? We have our updated costs for the materials, but after, let's say we don't charge, we have a credit card system and we have to pay transaction fees. Let's say we sell things on PayPal, with PayPal, and we have a credit card machine, and it's usually a 3% of fees for each transaction. In this case, because we sold 10 units with the same price, we didn't arrange any price, the transaction fees at 6.55 per unit, but for 10 units we have $65. So now we're making in profit for 10 units a little under $100. So again, first case scenario, we were making in theory $500, but in reality, after transaction fees and shipping and taxes, we are making less than $100. Now, I understand that this is a very generic example, but a lot of small businesses, they concentrate so much on making the product work and the process and all of that, that they actually don't go through this. And this is a real example. This is what it looks to have a database for all of the materials that go into a product. Sometimes you have discounts per vendor and shipping and taxes, and by the end you can end up with a big database that will affect your pricing, right? So this is a real case. I was working with somebody and they had a lot of red numbers because of that miscalculation. So again, these are money leaks in a way, but it's actually in reality calculating your costs. So as you can see, these tiny differences in the way you count your costs can make a huge difference for the month or by the end of the year. And why didn't I name this video costs or pricing? It's because every time I've talked to a business owner, they always tell me that they know exactly how much their product costs. So if I would have named it like that, people would say, oh, I know how to do that. But funny enough, I've worked for other small businesses that sadly now are failing because they didn't get this far in their pricing, in their cost analysis. And as you can see, it's very simple. This is not, you don't need to know special equations. This is not advanced math. It's just adding and subtracting, nothing else. So what I called money leaks in this video, some other can say that it's just pricing, but some business owners will know, or they will think that these are actually money leaks. So bear with me on this one. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, please leave them on the comments and go check our website, thesoloentrepreneurs.com. I help small businesses. Sometimes a consultation can be free. Don't worry about it. You can write us to our email, and happy to help you with your endeavor.